Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel. Today is Thursday, tomorrow is Friday. That means match preview for Chelsea versus Aston Villa will be out tomorrow. The international break is finally done. And what I want to do today is talk to you about how I think Graham Potter will get the best results possible for Chelsea over the next 8 games. I'm not saying for sure that it's going to happen that way, but I want to discuss how and what I think the important factors are for Chelsea to build upon March's form. When we look at the 4 fixtures that we've played this month before April comes in 2 days' time, Chelsea have done pretty well. We've won 3 matches, proceeded into the quarterfinals of the Champions League, drawn 1, and that one draw is something where I think if we don't learn from the mistakes from that draw against Everton, then I think we're absolutely doomed to suffer for the rest of this season. I think if Chelsea are playing football at Stamford Bridge and we are winning, the first thing that we need to make sure we don't do anymore, and this is entirely on the manager. Graham Potter needs to stop making defensive substitutions. Chelsea Football Club, and I'm talking right now not just about what the fans want to see in the name of entertainment. Chelsea fans don't want to be there after 55, 60 minutes inside Stamford Bridge thinking, right, at least we've scored 1 goal. Let's just hope we don't concede one between now and the end of the game. Chelsea fans want to see Chelsea going and attacking. They want to see Chelsea scoring multiple goals and inevitably killing off teams. What Chelsea have struggled to do, particularly in that game against Everton, was kill them off. You know, with Everton, with Sean Dyche, the way that they're going to set up, you are absolutely guaranteed to see block defending 4-4, and then going forward, they're going to try and create opportunities whenever they can with patience. Chelsea shouldn't be worrying about this at Stamford Bridge, particularly when you're starting to see little pockets and little partnerships develop. You've got Wesley Fofana, Reece James on the right side of that defence. All of a sudden, you look at Wesley Fofana statistically this season, I think he's 4th in the Premier League in terms of progressive runs per 90 minutes, which is absolutely fantastic. We need to see more of that. And I think in order for Chelsea to continue to dominate games, because we do that, we dominate the possession, we dominate the chances created, and the XG. I hate to talk about XG because at the end of the day, football is based on how many goals you score and how many you concede. XG is just like a new fancy metric used to kind of look and compare if teams are actually doing well enough in front of goal. And with Chelsea, it is beyond evident to the naked eye and statistically that we are not. So in order for Chelsea to score more goals, I think it is essential when we look at the next 2 matches, both at home, Liverpool and Aston Villa. Aston Villa, we've got to win. Liverpool, let's just go for it. Let's just try and play football. And I know that playing football, you can win by defending. You can win by outscoring your opponent. And at the moment, potentially, with this Chelsea team, as we continue to grow and build confidence, maybe we're not ready to blow teams off the park yet. But I think we've got to start somewhere. So, first thing that I want to see is not so many defence-minded substitutions. If we go out and draw 3-3, but we've gone for it, that's okay. You draw 2-2 at home to a team battling with relegation because you tried to see the game out at 1-0 with half an hour to go. I cannot stand for that any longer with this Chelsea team. The next thing that I find incredibly important is trying to integrate and optimise Noni Madueke and Mykhailo Mudryk. I made a video a few days ago, earlier this week, talking about whether or not Chelsea have wasted their money on these 2 talents. Obviously, Chelsea haven't wasted their money, but at the moment, when you look at the game time of both Noni Madueke and Mykhailo Mudryk, you would wonder where they fit into this team. And the point of trying to optimise both Madueke and Mykhailo Mudryk, both players are enigmas. Both players are players who thrive off of the opportunity and potential to run and take players on. And I think Chelsea have desperately needed this for a long time. Graham Potter wasn't using Madueke and also Mudryk. A lot of it comes down to an ingrained inability that I believe exists at Chelsea Football Club right now, where without an out-and-out number 9, someone that you can actually use as a focal point and a spearhead for the team. Without that, it becomes difficult for players to play off and know where they should be positionally. So for wingers to succeed in this Chelsea team, I think they need to have someone centrally who they can play off of. And with Kai Havertz, I wouldn't necessarily say that works best with him in the final third. It works better when Havertz is deeper. You can integrate players into the game. I'm not entirely sure what the best option is here for Graham Potter, because when you think about it, it should be quite simple. Madueke on the right wing and Mudryk on the left wing. But when you've got Joao Felix and Kai Havertz both in brilliant form, then where do those players play to? The issue with both Havertz and Joao Felix is they're not going to be the kind of players to singularly win you the games just with their goals, because they're not out-and-out strikers. Both can finish incredibly well and both link up incredibly well. Is there a way? Let me know in the comments down below. Is there a way that Chelsea can fit Mudryk, Madueke, Felix and Havertz in the same team? And of course there, I'm also not even talking about including Christian Pulisic, who was absolutely brilliant on international duty, and Raheem Sterling, who's been training at Cobham, wasn't involved in the England setup, and he is back and raring to go. Will we see the best out of Raheem Sterling between now and the end of the season? Point number 3, and I think this one is important because what I've just spoken about there is a bit of a pipe dream. When I'm talking about 4 players who could be match winners for Chelsea, Mudryk, Madueke, Felix and Havertz. All 4 of these players, to realistically think that Potter's going to change it up enough to see all of these players play frequent minutes between now and the end of the season is very unlikely. That is the reality of the situation. However, what I do want to see Chelsea do between now and the end of the season is continue with the 3 at the back. I think a lot of what we've seen be struggle under Tuchel and Potter is that there was so much impetus and emphasis on trying to transition Chelsea away from playing 3 at the back into playing 4 at the back. So much emphasis was put on this. And when you look at the personnel throughout the club, it is not the right time for Chelsea to be doing this yet. If you want to go with a 4 at the back, you sign a holding number 6 this summer. We don't have that player in the team right now. N'Golo Kante is also coming back into the team. Reece James left the England squad with injuries, and Wesley Fofana was also injured with a hamstring injury before the international break. After that game against Everton, I think he had an ice pack on his hamstring. Another thing that is so key here, so there's really 4 things that Chelsea need to do, and I want to see between now and the end of the season in the busiest month for Chelsea Football Club. Injuries. Reece James and Wesley Fofana, as I mentioned earlier. Do you think, let me know in the comments down below, if both of these players are on a knife's edge when it comes to picking up another injury, do we risk to keep playing them before that first leg in the Bernabeu against Real Madrid? Because realistically, Chelsea's season hangs on progression in the Champions League. If we're being incredibly realistic, we're 11 points off the top 4. We've got 8 fixtures here in April. And there's some difficult ones in there. We've got Brentford, not going to be easy. We're supposed to have Man United, but that's been postponed. We've got Arsenal away as the final fixture in April. To think Chelsea are going to get top 4 at this point in time is a pipe dream. But in a month's time, Chelsea will know what we're fighting for. We're either going to be in a semi-final of the Champions League, or that 11-point gap will be significantly dropped, and top 4 will either be attainable or it won't be. So, in my opinion, with all of those things that we've said here today, those are the things I would like to see. I think some of them are things that we need to see, such as point number 1, no more substitutions to defend out 1-0 leads. Let's just go for it. We've got the personnel to do it, to kill teams off and just absolutely blow teams away. That is how we integrate slowly. Mudryk, Madueke. That's what we've been talking about in this video, the important things here that Graham Potter needs to do. But I think overall, it is a massive 8 games for Graham Potter. I have said it a lot. People have said I've become very negative recently. What does the long-term future of Chelsea Football Club look like? And at the moment, there are things like, where will the new stadium be? Will we be moving to a new 80,000 capacity ground in Earls Court? These are things that maybe we don't have too much say in terms of what we see the results for in the next few months. But the results on the pitch in the next month will determine a hell of a lot about the future of Graham Potter. Chelsea have got to get this right. I don't think there is any time to either see Chelsea fail and stick with a failing system and manager, or we see success in the next 8 games, and then we know that Graham Potter 100% deserves a pre-season and the start of next season. I think all of it hinges on Chelsea's results and performances in the upcoming month of April. So I would love to hear your predictions here as to how you think this month is going to go. 2 bumper matches against Real Madrid in the Champions League quarter-final, and also 6 games in the Premier League. Let me know in the comments down below what you think are the key things that will pinpoint whether Chelsea succeed during this next 8 games or not. And let me know your overall predictions as to where we're going to be when it comes to me talking to the camera in 8 matches' time. This is massive. Tomorrow will be your Chelsea-Aston Villa match preview. It's been 2 weeks with no games. Hallelujah. We are back. Come on, you Blues.